It definitely. I'm sure they've got some shenanigans going, but
Yeah.
I mean, if the rules in the league and you can find a way to make it work, I'm not gonna harp on you.
You see, how do you make it less shady? You pick the two guys that are the most injury prone,
Yeah.
and you make it look okay. Mark Stone has played like more than 60 games like twice in his career.
Yeah, exactly.
Him getting
Yeah.
injured is whatever. Expected.
Honestly, like he's
Eichel just had major back surgery. If him getting injured, same thing.
Welcome back to the Unfortunate Die Hearts podcast. Hashtag 56. Eric Howell.
Great.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Evan. I'm a Senators fan.
Homer.
I'm Omar. I'm the Leafs fan.
And United
Also,
fan.
go United.
United, as they say. I'm Sufyan. I'm a Caps fan.
Yes, I believe all of our teams have been doing okay lately, so that's a win.
Since we last met, yeah.
The Sens beat Dallas.
It was a weird
And
game.
Tampa, and got a point against Florida.
Yeah, but Tampa's just been on a bit of a losing streak, so
Yeah, but you guys are beating like worse teams.
Yeah.
So you're beating like Columbus and Arizona and stuff.
Not
Columbus. All they lose to Columbus and
Anaheim.
It was weird, bro. They were losing to Anaheim. And then
actually, Sens lost. It's funny, Sens lost to Anaheim, but then they beat like Tampa.
Dallas. Yeah. No sense. Sorry, my throat is itching, as they say.
But yeah, how's it going since like 3 days ago when we filmed last? Look at that, 2 in a week.
I've worked multiple times, and I was dead tired.
Which work? Working at Sens, or what the hell is going on my voice? I sound like Mickey Mouse.
Oh my God, I saw a posting the other day for a job at the Sens store.
Take it.
And I was like, oh, do I do this for some extra money?
No, don't do 2 jobs. Why do you need to do 2 jobs, bro?
No, that's what I didn't. I was like, nah. I'm not trying to like every other night at a Sens game having to go deal with 20,000 people coming to the store and stuff. It's just not something I want to do.
For a team you don't even like, you want to make profit.
And it's probably like minimum wage anyway, right? So
yeah, you're past your minimum wage days.
Yeah.
And so is Evan, actually, because he's been there for like a million years.
Evan's also past the minimum wage date.
They were still paying you minimum wage. That'd be a labor law concern.
It really would be. Yes.
To be fair, I didn't get a raise and I worked there for 3 years, but I also was working like 2 shifts every 2 months.
Yeah, I don't think that was deserved.
Yeah, that's probably, I probably could have got a demotion somehow. It wasn't really bringing in much money. Anyways.
But yeah, actually, all 3 of our teams are on a little bit of a winning streak, I guess. Well, I don't know if the Sens are on a streak, but they've won a couple. Caps are on a streak.
We won 3, so
that counts as a streak. Leafs are on a streak.
All it took for the Leafs to be good was Morgan Riley leaving.
Nah, man, we got an easy ass schedule when he left. It was we're on a 6-game win streak, and the only tough team we've played is Vegas, and that also without Mark Stone and Jack Eichel. Like, we're not.
We could talk about that, bro. The Vegas Cap Circumvention Golden Knights.
Yeah,
they're back at it, bro. You know what? I'm gonna have to change my cup pick to them because they're just out here bending the LTIR rules.
I mean, they're gonna make it, and then it's gonna be back. Like, but
yeah, but they're gonna be back. But they if they can easily use this cap space now because they have like 18 million in cap space.
It just works out for them. Players get injured at the right time, and they have an injury prone.
Yeah, oh, it's so convenient.
It's so convenient.
So convenient.
It definitely. I'm sure they've got some shenanigans going, but
Yeah.
I mean, if the rules in the league and you can find a way to make it work, I'm not gonna harp on you.
You see, how do you make it less shady? You pick the 2 guys that are the most injury prone.
Yeah.
And you make it look okay. Mark Stone has played like more than 60 games like twice in his career.
Yeah, exactly.
Him getting injured is whatever. Expected.
Honestly, like
Eichel just had major back surgery. If him getting injured, Same thing.
Yeah, but he's also like with Stone, it's like you need him for the playoffs, but like
Him, it also could just be rest. It's like,
yes, yeah,
I don't know.
he's quite banged up. But I mean, I think they're gonna do. I mean, Tampa
I
did it
don't trust it.
over.
I don't trust it. Vegas did it last year.
Yeah, no way, I don't trust it.
I don't trust it one bit, bro. But it is what it is. I
But
guess we'll see.
it's the way you make it work, I guess. With the rules.
Bro, it's not like the Caps don't have the exact same amount of cap space now. We have 18 million cap space.
I feel
If Oshie
like
gets
yeah,
LTIR'd,
I feel like Leafs need to do something like this as well.
just take a hacksaw to John Tavares and
You do have like 5 people already on LTIR.
yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah,
They're
we
just
do,
not
but
players that are significant enough.
none of them are worth it.
None of them are worth it, but they're also those players are also just like they're never coming back because they're
Yeah.
just
Yep. But they
They're
also
call
do
Robida Island.
I guess.
Robida Island.
But like Robita's still on LTIR.
No, but that was the thing with that's what the that's
Like the thing is, the guys that could be retired, I don't really care about because it's zero either way. Like Murray, he should be retired. The guy's been injured like most of his career.
yeah.
Same with Muzzin.
Yeah.
They I
But
honestly, in my head, they are
have
retired. It's the
Leafs
same with
players
Price.
always been pretty Leafs players have always been pretty vocal about when they were put on LTIR and they didn't think they needed to be on there.
Yeah,
Like
there's
Joffrey
definitely.
Lupul back in the day, like he I don't said it in interview. I think he literally said in an interview once, that oh yeah, like I was an LTIR, but like I was going skiing and stuff. I was fine.
That's crazy. Well, didn't Reeves say something like that? He's like, I've
And
been
then
ready to
Reeves, yeah, Reeves like I've been ready to play, and I don't know why I'm not in the lineup and stuff. Like he
I
said,
think everyone kind of understood that one.
yes.
He has 2 points in 28 games or something.
I mean, good for him though. He had a good game against Vegas the other night.
What does that mean?
Not it just he had the fourth line played well and he was part of it. That's about it. I think he got an assist on the camp.
He did have a point the other game.
Yeah, he
Got
got
it for his first assist of the season. Let's go.
I don't know. Yeah, I think he has what 5 points or something.
Let's go. I feel bad for like Matthews and stuff because like, oh yeah, he did get his first assist. 3 points in 29 games now.
3 points. Yeah, look at that.
Because they used to like double shift Ovechkin on like the fourth line or third line just to like get him some extra ice time or whatever. If they do that with Matthews or like Nylander, it'd be kind of hurting them because they'd be playing with like Reeves.
Also, Matthews been benched the last like 10 minutes of the last two games. Matthews has been on the bench. I think he's played like a minute in each of those times
Really?
because
Why?
because the game was already done. Like it was 7-something Toronto, and then the game before against Arizona it was like 6-2, 6-3, whatever it was. So Sheldon Keefe and
Saving his
plus
energy.
it was back to back. So Sheldon Keefe was just like yeah, like I think Matthews played a total of 3 minutes in that period
Saving him for another mediocre playoff run.
for a significant playoff run. But yeah.
Whatever you say, boss.
I mean, they're not going to try to play him extra just to get 70 goals or anything. They're not. It doesn't look like they're doing that.
What do you think Toronto's going to do at the deadline, or if anything?
I don't think they're going to do much. I think there might be a tweak, but I don't see us getting like a top four defenseman or something. Nah, I don't think so. I just don't think we have the pieces to pull off a trade like that right now.
You could trade Easton Cowan. He's doing good.
Yes, but they're not going to trade Easton Cowan.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, if you have a player that like is having a season like Matthews and now Marner and now Nylander as well, I think you got to do something about it. But
Bro, when are they going to go for it? Go for it,
I don't think they need to. I think they need to do it, but I don't think they're going to. I don't think Charlie's going to have a big deadline.
It sucks for them, man. They're kind of just wasting the prime years now because you're just hoping that like these guys have astronomical playoff runs, like Matthews, Marner, Nylander just play out of their minds in the playoffs, and you can get over like the lack of depth and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's hard to predict that in the playoffs,
It is.
and we haven't
But
seen that.
I mean, they need a top. Like I mean, Riley came back and they didn't want to mess with the deep pair, so they put him with Legason. I mean, the only pairing that is right now like needs is in the blue is the Riley pairing. Like Riley needs someone with him. Putting Brody back on that pairing with him and having Brody on the right side just doesn't work. And ever since Riley's gone, back on the left has been like a completely different player. So
That's the thing.
He needs to
like
stay on the left, and Brody and
yeah,
Lilligren together have been good, and so they need a right shot,
they need
right
a puck
side
mover. Man.
defenseman.
That's what Biz was saying on Spin Check. Was he was like the reason that Edmonton is different is because they have puck movers back
Yes.
there, or like even Vancouver has players that can actually like get the puck to the forwards. Where Toronto, there's like a disconnect there. It's literally just Riley, who's like an okay puck mover. Liljegren is like not really, but he's like decent. And then the rest of the defense core just sucks at passing.
Yeah, they're not puck
It's
movers.
off the
That's for
wall.
sure. They're not. Riley's the only puck mover.
Trade a trade for a guy like Hannafin, I think would go a long way.
Yes, it would, but he would cost a lot of money slash
Not
people.
really. I mean, 4.9 mil, you can make that work.
No, not money. He would cost in terms of what to get him
Assets, trade
assets.
first rounders, bro. What a use is that to Toronto right now?
It really isn't. I agree. Yeah, I would also trade first rounders and get someone like Hannafin, or even get a Tanev for that matter. I don't care, but like they need to get a defenseman. I think they need one. They need a defenseman. But the thing is also, they're not one player away from change. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's true. They're one defenseman, one goalie, and one forward. Well,
Yeah,
multiple
precisely,
forwards.
exactly. They need a goalie, they need a defenseman, and they need one more forward at least.
Yeah, but I think they can get away with just getting a defenseman and hope for like a one of their goalies to just have a magical playoff run.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, defense is still
try
like
that.
the number one priority. If
Yeah,
they get a defender, then their chances are better. And
we've
I
seen.
mean, forward is third on my list. Like I don't care. Like
Yeah,
I'm ready to fully be like, you know what? Maybe Bertuzzi picks it up. Maybe Domi has a good playoffs. Who cares? You know, I'm ready to put my chances on some depth players on the Leafs right now, picking up their game in the playoffs. Like that, I
mm-hmm.
don't care about that. Defensemen and goalies is where I have no faith.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the work needs to happen. Like the forwards, the depth scoring and stuff. I'll take my chances.
We've seen worse goalies than Samsonov, Wall, and Jones
Jones
go on playoff runs, magical playoff runs. You know.
worse than them? Who? I guess Murray counts.
Yeah. Well, no, Murray back then was a different
But he
animal.
was different back then,
Yeah, and
exactly.
after that saying that statement, I don't really think so because I was going like Aiden Hill and Yaroslav Halak, but they were actually
Nah, they
good.
were good.
They were actually good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Hammond.
Yeah, but Andrew Hammond didn't go on a playoff run. He went on
Went
a
on a
end of
run to the
season.
playoffs.
Yeah, and then in the playoffs they were just out in 6 games or whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't think he had like a magical playoffs, but he had a good end of season. Like the last 2 months of the season, he was crazy.
I guess we'll see if they don't do anything this season. Well, Matthews is having one of the best seasons you can have as a goal scorer. Then I don't know what they're going to do after that. So
Well, they play Colorado tonight, so it's their first real game of the last 6 games, like against a team that actually like is good.
is it in
So
Colorado?
it's in Colorado as well, yeah.
Ooh, tough.
So it's going to be a tough one tonight. So we'll
Yeah.
see how they do because right now they've been. I mean, Vegas is tough. I get that they're still tough, but like I mean, they're missing Stone and Eichel. It's not the
Yeah.
same.
Two bigger players.
Yeah.
But last game against Colorado, weren't they up like 3-0 and they lost 5-3? Was it like that or something? I think it was that.
The last game against Colorado was not this season, was it?
Yeah, they played Colorado
Oh, they
already.
did play. Yeah, they were up 3-0 and they lost it in overtime. Yes. Yeah. Oh no,
It was
no,
like
not even in overtime. They lost like 5-3.
they lost 5-3. They lost 5-3. I
Yes.
remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. They lost in regulation. Yeah, I remember that actually. That was a few months ago.
McKinnon had a big game that game.
Yeah, it was
Shock.
3-0 Toronto. I remember it was 3-0 early. I didn't see the game, but I remember I was looking at the score. But yeah. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens in Colorado. Right now, Leafs are
Battle.
like coming. So, but like we'll see against the team that's actually like has firepower as well now. Because I mean, it's one thing to be like, oh, the defense is getting better against Anaheim, but
Yeah.
it's another thing against Makar and McKinnon and Rantanen and these guys. So
Yeah.
we'll see what
Like
happens. But anyway, the Sens just came off a 4-1 win. Was it against Dallas?
That is correct. I won my bet that I placed on no certain betting app, minus 1.5 cents, which was not intelligent, but I did it. It was, I think, 70 cents to win no, not 70 cents, $1.50 to win like 7. So pretty big. Yeah, no, I was not expecting that. My score prediction was 4-1 Dallas. But Ottawa, for some reason, for years, always plays the good teams well and then the bad teams bad. Which I don't understand. Whatever. But no, it's been surprising. I was like, wow. I thought we were just going to go on an absolute losing streak after losing those two teams because morale would be low or something. But no, we've been playing well. A lot of forwards are chipping in different ways, like Josh Norris finally got off the schneid, but scored twice because that's a Josh Norris special. Scored 2 times in a game. Since coming back from injury a while ago, I've said this before, saying it again, Shabbat looks significantly better than early in the season and last year, especially. Moving his feet faster, scoring goals now. And yeah, he's been very impressive, in my opinion. And yeah, I feel like goaltending slowly improving. That's what I have to say.
I saw a graphic and it was like 8-3-2 or something since the coaching change. The goals are up. I think it was like 3.28. The goaltending has been the same.
We have had way more games under Jacques Martin than
8-3-2 seemed right.
I think it was just in a certain time span. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But like a certain time span. Yeah.
I think it was like November
the
when
last
he got his goal,
however many games that was, 8-2 and 8-3-2, whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they're playing. What did Riley Gregg score anything? No. Okay.
13.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I think it was like 3.2 goals for, 2 goals for, and 3 on the dot goals against, which isn't great, but like I guess better than it was before.
Funny, this article.
It was like 3.6 before or something.
Yeah, that's progress.
It just means nothing anymore.
Yeah, the race is kind of over, but I think
past the stage where they can have these like they're past the stage where these inner victories like these count anymore. Like where it's like, oh, we're progressing, we're getting better. No, you should already be better. You've had enough time as a team with this core to be better than this. Like there's no more. Like you know when the Leafs really sucked in that first year of Babcock, and people used to complain that like after every game he's like, oh, but it's a learning opportunity, it's learning, and then people are like, well, after a certain time there's no more learning, like you gotta wait, and then well, next year they made the playoffs. um the thing with the Sens is that you can't use these as moral victories, like, oh my God, we're improving as a team, that's our victory, let's do it. Like, no, like at this point, Kachuk and Stutzla and these guys, they've been there long enough where it's like, we're not kids anymore, we should be making playoffs.
Yeah, Stutzel, the like 21-year-old.
Well, he's been there, what, 3 seasons at least?
Yeah, I don't think that's not necessarily their fault per se. I think the team has deficiencies that the management kind of overlooks. If I'm being honest, because like the players themselves are kind of doing what they're supposed to do, but it just isn't working consistently.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Because there's glaring holes on defense. The goaltending has been great. The Korpisalo signing hasn't worked out the way that they were hoping.
Wait, he has multiple years? He has how many years?
He's signed for 3 more after this. I think it was 4 times 5.
And it's 5 more, right? Yeah. Oh,
was it 5 times 4 or 4 times 5?
I thought it was 4 times 5, or I don't know. I thought he was on for 5.
I'm pretty sure it was 4 years, 5 mil. I'm pretty sure
maybe that actually seems right. Yeah.
Regardless, we're hoping that he turns it around. But yeah, like it just hasn't worked out the way they hoped. So I don't really think it's on the players as much. I think in the off season they're gonna have to do some major retooling. Guys like Tarasenko are probably gone. Drew might stay. Like the older players I'm not too worried about. It's just I think that the main structure of the team is going to change a little bit. But we'll see where that goes. Like I think Shabbat and Chikrin, one of them is probably gone, and it's not really their fault per se. I think that just money wise, it can just be spent in a different way. Obviously, prefer if I was an Ottawa fan for Shabbat to be gone, more so just because of the money than what he brings to the team. Like if he was getting paid as much as Chikrin, then my opinion might have changed. But I just think that money can be allocated elsewhere. And then we'll see from there. But I think Chikrin's getting a lot of trade conversation right now, so we'll see what happens there. I don't know.
He has not been as good in my opinion.
Yeah. No, and that's fair. But I think because of the age and the money, he's definitely a more desired asset than Shabbat because no one's going to take 8.5 mil for a guy that doesn't
Not
score.
8.5.
8 mil for a guy that is not. He's more of like a top four defenseman. No one's going to want to pay 8 mil for that. And if you take I don't think Ottawa wants to retain half the salary either. So it's just way easier to trade Chikrin, and I think it's way it's a lot easier to expect him to turn it around than Shabbat. But we'll see. They might not even sell anyone at the deadline at this point. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of content with just riding out the season and maybe selling off some cheaper assets and getting
Get Kubalik gone. That's my.
That seems to be the general consensus, actually. Kubalik to the Leafs.
You.
We'll take Bobby McMahon.
There you go. I think Kubalik would actually be fine for the Leafs. In your bottom six, I'd rather him than Reeves.
Well, yeah, I think we would pretty much have anyone apart from Reeves right now.
Yeah, but you've signed Reeves for 3 years, so
yeah, it's okay. He's fine. He's a productive player, you know.
How about the Washington Capitals?
We've had 2 games since Wednesday. 6-2 win against the Devils. 5-3 win against the Lightning. We're probably going to lose today because we're playing Florida, but positives are still there. Yeah, I mean, Ovechkin is a different animal right now. My thing is, like, I kind of just want to see our fringe older players, like, even if we're still in the playoff race, I'd rather see the fringe older players go. It seems that, like, this sounds kind of bad, but as players get injured and the younger players come in, they play better than the guys that they're replacing, which says something. Like, I think Pacioretty's probably gone. Oshie, I think, is done for the season, like in terms of his injury that he just got a couple of days ago.
He
Shocker.
always gets hurt like 8 times a season.
No, I know. And I feel bad, but it's just like, I think it sucks for him because he was 4 games away from 1,000. And now is like, I don't know if he's coming back this season. If he does, it'll be for like the last few games. Like, I think he's done for a while.
Yeah, he's 37. Ooh.
Yeah. And that says a lot. If you're 37 and you've played as many years as he had, but he still hasn't hit 1,000 games, like he gets injured a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think Pacioretty is for sure gone, regardless of whether in the playoff race or not. And then like some of the other guys too. I think guys like Lapierre kind of need a full look at the NHL now because they're playing too well in the AHL now to just stay there. And like our AHL team is also like by far the best in the AHL right now, which says a lot. Like a lot of those guys should be playing in the NHL, but they just haven't gotten the chance. But yeah, like Pacioretty, Edmondson, I think are for sure gone at the deadline. And yeah, we're 5 points back of Tampa with 3 games in hand. First team out of the wild card spot. I didn't expect it. Do I care if we make the playoffs? Not really, but
I think you got a chance though.
I think that if we play the way that we're playing right now, we definitely have a chance.
You've got a chance.
It's the chance of making the playoffs. I don't really care as much about because I'm just like, once we get there, what really happens? Because we likely play a team like Florida or Boston in the first round, and I'm just like, being me, I'm still gonna choose my team over them in any kind of bracket, but I won't feel good about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to see Ovechkin kind of have his resurgence now. His shooting percentage at the start of the season for the first before the All-Star break was 6.5, and then since then it's been like 25% or something like that. So I think everything's kind of evening out there. I think I remember it was like I think it was January 27 or something like that I sent you guys. Ovechkin is only behind Matthews in terms of goals in that time span. And he also has I think the 3rd or 4th longest point streak as a player that's 38 or over in age. And yeah, I think he's like close to matching his like longest point streak of his career at this point.
I think the rest
Which
of this season for the Cap should be to try to get Ovechkin as many goals as possible.
that was the objective from the start.
Yeah.
Didn't go
Um,
so well.
not the start of the season,
At the
no,
start, no, I didn't.
no. But lately, it's been great. And yeah, like McMichael and Protas have been really good in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And it's nice to see. McMichael had like a brutal turnover in I think our games against Vancouver. He lost the puck to JT Miller in overtime, and it was a really bad turnover. Ever since then, he's been insanely good. Like he has, I think, like 10 points in the last like 3 or 4 games. Um, and he had like a highlight reel roll the other day too, against the Devils. So that's great to see. But yeah, I'm happy with where we're at. Hopefully, we either make the playoffs and win the cup, or miss the playoffs by 2 points and win the lottery. It's kind of looking like where we're at.
I really hope the Sens win the lottery.
Macklin Celebrini is definitely the best prospect they would have.
They need a
A long
lottery win
time.
here, man. They need a lottery win, and Edmonton doesn't deserve any more. Not Edmonton, sorry, Chicago doesn't deserve any more. Edmonton, Chicago doesn't
Yeah,
deserve any more. They didn't deserve the first one in the first place.
I don't think it's gonna like. I feel bad, but I don't think it's gonna end up being Ottawa for the lottery. Mostly just because if we
Yeah,
do
it's
think
not.
it's rigged, it's like why would they send them there?
It's gonna be like the Sharks or something.
Probably send them to Cali. But Celebrini is gonna be a very good player. Like he's putting up better numbers than like someone like Eichel did in college right now. Eichel and Hughes, he's outperforming them in college, and he doesn't even have like the team around him that they did, or like there's other stronger teams in college too. He's just carrying that team right now. But yeah, let's move on.
The Oilers and Boston game the other day. Anyone see that or catch highlights?
6-5. I saw the overtime one.
Insane game. It was a 4-1
Yeah,
Boston lead, and then they come back and it's just back. It was a great game. I caught the end of it plus overtime. But I was really
McAvoy goal was sick.
yes,
You
the
know,
McAvoy goal was sick. The winner, the overtime winner, yeah, that was a good goal.
Boston's a weird team right now. They're talking. I've seen a lot of Allmark trade talks.
Has Swayman been a lot better?
Swimmen's been better, but I think it's not necessarily because of that. Like Allmark's been very good.
Yeah,
I think it's more so just like they have deficiencies at center. I think we've all known that. And that was like their major thing from the start of the season. And they've had guys that have performed well for them. But I think in a playoff run, it's kind of tough to rely on guys like Zaka and Charlie Coyle to like get you to the promised land.
yeah,
It was different when they had Allmark and Swayman, but they still had Bergeron and Krejci, right? So now it might just be like it's too much of a commodity to waste at this point. So I think that they could trade Allmark for like some sort of top six center for sure.
but who would they go for?
It used to be Shifley, but Winnipeg is good now, so it's not that anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know. Top six forward. The thing is, the center market is kind of bad right now. It's literally just like Vetrano and Dowd are like the top players right now in center that are available.
Yeah.
That are available. So I don't know. They could also go for a team like Seattle. They have a ton of centers there. Pick one, Wenberg. I don't know. The reason that they wouldn't end up trading him is just because of the fact that there's not really that many options available.
Yeah,
Like the ones that would have been available have already gone. Like I think they were in on like Monahan and stuff like that, which I don't even think would have helped that much. But
I'll take my chances with those two goalies over like a decent center. I'll keep Allmark over a decent center.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
What else is happening?
Apart from that, in the league,
Well, we could say, since we're talking about trades, we have all come up with trades that we think a team that could go on a run this season could do to improve the run that they may go on. So we've all come up with mock trades for your New York Rangers.
New York
Sophie,
Rangers. That's
would you
true.
like to start it off?
So I think we have to preface this by saying that the Rangers are on what, like a 9-game win streak or something?
Yeah, Shesterkin since the All Star
Yeah.
break has been insane.
So
Like
we are
5-0.
aware of this, just so everyone knows. We are aware of
Yeah,
this when we're making these trades. Like they are on a heater right now, so it's not like they're, struggling and they need something terribly badly. But
but they're definitely a team that would want to improve at the deadline.
they want to make
Yeah,
some move at the deadline for sure. So we got a couple of options for them.
yeah. Wait, who'd you say go first?
You.
All right. So I got a trade with the Vancouver. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why I said Vancouver with the with the Anaheim Ducks to get a former player back on their team, a former Ranger. His name being Frank Vitrano.
Uh, you just mentioned him too.
Yeah, he has 26 goals and 45 points in like 50 something games, which is pretty insane for him. Um, but yeah, so I got Vitrano and Sam Carrick going out of Anaheim to the Rangers for a 2024 first, a 2026 fourth, Zach Jones, who's kind of just like a bottom six player, fringe NHLer, and a prospect Bryce McConnell Barker, who's like he's a decent prospect. He's a third rounder in 2022, but he's more of like one of those prospects you kind of just get to hope that he fills out like your bottom six in the future. Like he's a very good defensive center, and he's like okay offensively. But yeah, the major pull being there, the first round pick, and considering what some guys have gotten, like Monahan getting a first rounder, kind of opened the door for Toronto getting a first rounder, who's played like way better than Monahan has this year and is a bit younger and also has a year left on his contract after this year. So yeah, I think New York could definitely use the punch in depth scoring, and Toronto could be it. And he's already been there before too, so there's the familiarity as well. But yeah.
That's an interesting one, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Omar, do you want to try to top the interestingness?
I don't think mine's gonna top that one. I've got I don't like mine too much, although it's not. We'll see. Okay. I've got a deal with the sellers, well, should be sellers, San Jose Sharks. So I would have going from San Jose to New York, Michael Granlund, Matthew Benning, and Ryan Carpenter. And going from New York to the Sharks would be Will Cooley, however you say his name, and Capo Caco.
You be making some GM mode trades, bro. I mean, value wise, I guess is not terrible, but I don't know if they trade Kako for that.
San Jose needs to get rid of people. I know Caco's like up and coming young guy. I get it, but
He has been in trade conversations.
yeah. And I feel like having Michael Granlund might be good for you, as a depth, as a third line center.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's an interesting one. That's not one that I would like think would happen, but I could see it, potentially
I
happening.
mean, I don't think it would. I don't think that would happen. But I think San Jose is a trade partner that I guess we don't think about much, but they should be, considering they need to get rid of everyone and start over.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. They've kind of been in the process of doing that lately, anyway. So they're definitely a trade partner, but we'll see. Kako, I've heard a lot of conversations of like a team that is looking for a young forward, but I think the return was a bit more enticing than that one than Granlund.
Yeah, which makes sense. When I put Kako in there, I was like, ugh. But
it's just it's a tough return. The thing is, I could still see it happening if they're looking to move from one of Lafreniere and Kako. It's definitely going to be Kako. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Ryan Carpenter, great player.
Well, I have one that'll intrigue one of you. I have New York Rangers trading two of their AHL players, being Riley Nash and Tyler Pitlick, as well as a second round pick in exchange for Nick Dowd. So, those AHL players can either sure play in the NHL if you want, or they can replace the people playing in the AHL that you're going to call up, the younger people, to play on the Washington Capitals, as well as keep the AHL team probably competitive, and you get a second round pick for like a third/fourth line center.
As much as I would love that, for some reason, Sarah Valley and Dreger and Friedman have been talking about how Dowd is getting a first round pick, and I'm like, why? But apparently that's the thing.
I don't think he deserves a first round pick.
I don't either, but he's like because he's like a third line center that's like available. I guess that's why he's getting that conversation.
Oh, it's just because of market things.
Well, yeah, there's no other centers. The thing is, personally, I would take a second rounder for him, even if there wasn't the two HL players. I guess
Yeah.
that works cap wise. Maybe that's why you're doing it, but I would take the second round pick for him. So I'd love that. But yeah, I mean, he works in the Ranger system. That'd be kind of perfect. Third line center. He is technically on our fourth line, but he gets as many minutes as third line centers do because our fourth line plays a ton and he plays on the penalty kill. So I think it just equates to third line time. But yeah, I would love that. The Rangers are also linked to Pacioretty, which I think would be a horrible trade for them.
Yeah, no.
Because they already tried Blake Wheeler. He didn't play great, and then he got injured. I don't see that much different happening with Pacioretty, who is slower and worse than Wheeler is now, which says a lot. Personally, I would take him off my team. So if the Rangers want to trade for him, great. I'll take Kako for Pacioretty, please.
Oh, that would be someone's got to be on crack for that to work.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, well, that was our BGM mode, sponsored by NHL 23 EA Sports.
Sorry, NHL 23, eh?
NHL 24 EA Sports.
Great. I was sponsored by NHL 25. We're going to be on the cover.
So the next little thing we're going to do is a stat game. So I've come up with a stat today, and I feel like we've done nothing of the sorts around
of course.
this.
Usually it comes to yours, bro.
Who are the top 5 scorers who've had mustaches before?
Ovechkin. Crosby.
Yes.
McDavid.
No.
He's got a muzzy.
No, not a muzzy with a beard, just a mustache.
Just a muzzy. Forsberg.
Matthew still counts.
Yeah, but I don't like his mustache.
You liking it is not of concern. It's the fact that he had one.
It's disgusting.
It's incredible looking.
All right.
You should put that on his forehead.
My question is, who are the top 5 NHLers with the most penalty minutes ever?
Ever.
What? Ever?
I can get like one. That's literally it, bro. Ever?
And I will give you 7 strikes.
Can you give us like after 2005 or something? Like
ever is good. We're definitely going to like the 70s, 80s here, aren't we?
Well, I know one because I'm pretty sure he's the leader. Tiger Williams.
Dave Tiger Williams is correct.
Yeah. What place is he in?
First.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I know the leader in the 2010s was Cody McLeod, but I don't know if he got enough in this case. We're definitely using all 7
We
strikes.
always know the scorers ever. I want to know the penalty minutes.
How about Ty Domi?
No.
How about
okay, Ty Domi.
Sure, Ty Domi.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
With 3,515 penalty minutes, Ty Domi is third.
Oh, no way, he's in there. Okay.
Chris Neal, maybe.
Uh,
Chris Neal and Ty Domi were basically the same player.
yeah, yeah. Brian
Really?
McGrattan. That guy didn't have enough of a career to be.
Bob Probert. He's a guy.
How about
Bob
Gordie Howe?
Probert. I think Cody McLeod might be on this, but I don't know for sure. I'm going to use a strike on Cody McLeod. We have 7. Cody
Yeah,
McLeod.
just use it. Just use it.
No.
Okay, cool. Is he anywhere on there? I'm pretty sure like 3,200 or something.
Okay, Chris Neal.
Chris Neal is 20th on the
Oh.
list.
That's not bad. Let's see if I get any of the top 20. I'm happy with this because I just don't care. Bob Probert, maybe? Oh, Lemieux. Claude Lemieux could be there. Are we going to know these players, by the way?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, you know all players that are on this list.
If he knows them, I probably know them. It's just the thing is, I don't know who would have enough penalty minutes. I feel like Bob Probert is there. Ooh. Broad Street Bullies. But Bobby Clark didn't have it. I don't know who else would on that team because I don't remember anyone else from that team because I wasn't from the 1970s. Scott Stevens? Scott Stevens.
Sure, let's go. Scott Stevens.
No.
Ryan Reeves.
No. Not Ryan Reeves. How many strikes are we at? 2? 3?
3, I think.
Let's
Right?
just guess.
Yeah, we're at 3 straight.
Ken Danik.
Colton Orr.
Let's go with what's his face?
Matt Martin.
Bob Probert.
Sure. Bob Probert.
With 3,300 penalty minutes, he's fifth.
No way. I just pulled that.
That was fantastic. So
We said him like 4 times. I was like,
I know. I was not very confident in that, but I mean, Ken Danico could, but probably not. I just used him in a whatchamacallit. Puck Doku. That's why I remember him. Who else got penalty minutes, bro? Randy McKay.
Matt Martin.
both these people you know for sure.
Any of them, are they from this generation?
No, they're not from this generation.
Juan
Like,
Towson,
like they're not playing currently, or in the past like 10 years.
George Larac,
Give us a team.
Donald Brashear.
Nah, I don't think Bashir.
I'm guessing him anyway.
Fine, Bashir.
Donald Brashear. Give
No.
me strike 4. We have 7 strikes, bro. I'm trying to reach the end of this at some point.
Do you want me to tell you the teams in the order they've played for?
Just tell us, like, okay, what are we missing? Number 2? We're missing 2, right? Tell us what team.
2 and 4.
2 and 4, yeah.
Give me let's just pick the team that they played for longest.
I'm going to tell you their career path.
Oh god. That's not gonna help me.
Number 2 goes Quebec, Washington, Colorado. 4 goes Pittsburgh, Edmonton, Los Angeles, Rangers, San Jose, Boston.
Can you say the second one again?
Pittsburgh, Edmonton, Kings, Rangers, Sharks, Bruins.
Sean Thornton, Marty McSorley. I don't know.
Just guess
The
McSorley.
Washington McSorley?
Sure, guess McSorley.
Marty McSorley.
With 3,381,
No way.
Marty McSorley is 4th.
Well done, Sufi.
I'm reaching the depths of my brain here, bro.
One more though. Whoever number 4 you said?
Quebec,
So number
Washington. Who the Cal Johnson? Like what?
Did this player
Quebec,
go
Washington.
on to do anything after hockey that we would know of?
Yes.
He did. Was he on
Don
like
McLean.
podcasting or something?
Not
Wanna-
podcast.
Probably on TV, bro. This guy's from like the 90s.
So was
If
he
he
on like NHL Network or TSN or something like that? A show like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
No.
Or was he like
No.
between the benches like a Ray Ferraro or something?
He was not on TV, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, then what did he go
He
on?
played for Quebec. This guy has to at least be in the 90s or late 80s, 90s. So it's old.
Who played for Quebec in the 90s, apart from Timu Solani
Matt Sundin,
and Matt Sundin?
Peter Stastny. None of those guys did anything to hit or take penalties.
I don't think we're getting number 2.
How long did he play for Washington, bro? I'm trying to think. I don't. This can't be Ken Danico now, so that's out. I'm gonna guess Cal Johnson, Johnson.
Sure.
Mostly because I just want to find out who this is now.
Oh,
It's not Cal Johnson.
How many
Play-
strikes do we have left now? 1 strike?
That was 6.
Okay, so 1 strike left. Okay. Give us another team.
they coach.
They coached. What team did they coach?
I'm not going to tell you that.
And what were the teams again? Quebec, Washington, and who?
Colorado.
Okay, what years did they coach? Are they coaching right now or they coached before and they're not coaching anymore? Give us something.
They currently don't coach in the NHL, but they are still coaching. But I'm fairly certain they have coached in the NHL.
And for what team did they coach? Give us one team they coached. You don't have to tell us when they coached this team, just what team.
I can't even think of who this potentially could be, bro. Quebec, Washington. He has to play long enough to get penalty minutes. That many penalty minutes.
Washington.
What?
What?
So this was this the coach right before Boudreaux or something? Or
Jeff Halpern? Like what? Chris Clark?
okay, let's go over Washington coaches. We have Boudreaux, Laviolette, latest.
Oh no, it's not this guy. It's not Dale Hunter.
Dale Hunter, Evan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. That's our guess.
With 3,565 penalty minutes.
No way.
Dale Hunter is number 2.
Let's go.
When did he coach Washington?
Like 2014 or something like that.
One
of Ovechkin's worst years.
So he only did what, like 1 year of coaching or
1 year. Yeah, he got fired right after. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, he was that bad.
He was bad. I don't know if he was the one that we missed the playoffs with or if it was Adam Oates that we missed playoffs with, but one of them we missed playoffs with.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, I did not expect to get that. I'm pretty sure I've seen that list. So
we got it within 7 strikes. There you go.
Yeah, with hints.
There's no way we're getting that without hints. The fact that I got 3 of them without hints is wild to me.
The fact that I got Ty Domi as well to me.
That was that was the one that you should have known.
Okay, roster game.
Let's do it.
All right.
Please don't be like, I don't know, the Broad Street Bullies from the 70s. I can't handle this anymore.
Okay, next up, we've got today's roster game. Brought to us by ding, 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 ding. By moi. And I've got an interesting one today. Which shouldn't have you guys digging too deep into your pockets to figure out the players of. I think you'll know every single I don't think you definitely know every single one of these players. It's just a matter of if you can remember that they were on this team. In 2016, we had the World Cup of Hockey, and we had a new team, Team North America, which was filled with all of the young, up and coming, and
what age was that again?
The youngsters. I don't remember what they're all younger. They weren't all rookies, but they were all between.
It was under the age of 23, 25.
No, don't tell Sufi. You can't, you gotta know.
Yeah, so I won't actually. You know what? I won't give you that then. But Team North America, 2016 World Cup of Hockey. We all remember that tournament, and I'm sure we can remember a bunch of players on that team. So
I don't even know, bro.
And yeah, it is. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna give you the
It was
age.
2016, right?
It's 2016. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you the player age limit thing. I'm not gonna do that. Actually, should I give it?
Yeah.
What the team age was? It was It was 23 and under at the
Okay,
time
that's what I
in
thought.
2016.
That makes sense.
So we'll start with Evan on this one.
Austin Matthews.
Correct.
Nathan McKinnon.
Correct.
Connor McDavid.
Correct.
This is where I'm lost now.
You ought to be able to give me one more.
I know, bro. I don't know
They're
what's
all
wrong with
players
me.
you know.
I know they are. I just can't remember who's on this team. Mark Scheifele?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Seth Jones.
Yes, Seth Jones is on there. Yep.
Oh no. My problem is he knows this too. Who are the goalies on this team? Give me my countdowns here, okay? So it pressures me.
You're at 20 seconds.
Braden Point.
Braden Point was not on this team. You are at strike one.
Was Johnny Gaudreau on this team?
Johnny Gaudreau was on this team, yes.
Mitch Marner
No, Mitch Marner did not make the team.
didn't make the team.
Well, I mean, he's not on the team.
What?
But at this time, no one knew what Marner really was in terms of, I mean, Matthews, you knew was like the big first overall, but Marner hadn't played yet or anything. We didn't really know if he was going to be as good as he ended up being.
Jack Eichel.
Yep.
No, I should have got that one.
You're going to kick yourself at not being able to remember this goalie.
I'm gonna kick myself in most of this friggin' list, bro. I'll be honest. It's just not working in my head. The goalie though, what?
20 seconds.
It's not Holtby, is it? Okay, good. End this game, bro.
That's strike three. So Evan, go ahead and
I went first. I already won.
You went first.
Yeah, he already won.
You're good. So
he won regardless because my brain isn't working. So he already knows this entire team.
So starting from the goalies, we have
Rasmus Ristolainen on this team?
It's North America.
No. Team North America, yeah.
I was like, for some reason I felt like he was on it, but I was like, that doesn't
Matt Murray?
Matt Murray.
I was thinking of
John Gibson, Connor Hellebuck, defenseman Aaron Ekblad, Shane Gostisbehere, Seth Jones, Ryan Murray, Colton Parayko, Morgan Riley.
I was thinking him too. I didn't know if he was old enough or not, or too old. Or not.
Jacob Trouba, Sean Couturier, Jonathan Drouin, Jack Eichel, Johnny Gaudreau, Dylan Larkin, Nathan McKinnon, Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, JT Miller, Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
I was thinking of those players. I thought they were too old.
Brandon Saad, Mark Scheifele, and Vincent Trocheck.
I thought they were too old, but I forgot that they were kind of in the same realm as like
They were all 23 or under at that time.
Oh, that's so crazy. I forgot how long of a time ago 2016 is.
Oh, yeah. I thought that would be
fun. Those, bro. I can't believe I got friggin' Bob Probert and I didn't get half those players.
Yeah, you got Probert, but you didn't get the 2016.
Brain. This is why I'm always hosting, bro. My brain doesn't work.
I actually thought you guys would sweep this one because I was like, these are all players they know they'll be fine.
You don't know me and games like these. I'll never sweep. If you give me a trivial question with like one player, I can probably do that. But if I have to name like a whole team, I just suck at that for sure.
It's tough.
It's brutal. I could do. That's why I try to practice with like doing sporkles and stuff like that. Still doesn't work. And then I look at the list. I'm like, I know
you can never guess what team each of us are gonna pick for you to choose.
Yeah,
some random season where you're like,
But it's also just like, but the thing is, like, it's not like I don't know. I just in the moment, brain doesn't work.
Yeah, because you're on the little clock and stuff,
bro.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to today's episode. We really appreciate you listening, hopefully all the way through, or else you're not hearing this. And hopefully you played along with some of our games. And let's hope all our teams continue our successful ways.
Teams make playoffs, and I'd rather us just lose as much as possible. So,
where can you find us?
on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music,
Stitcher.
Stitcher, iHeartRadio, SiriusXM. Check us out on YouTube and follow us at The Unfortunate Diehards on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll see you next time.